La Familia, what is up? I'm here with Blasé, and if you haven't already known or seen it, we just put out a music video, bro. Appreciate you coming, bro. Appreciate you putting on the shades too. I was like, yo, you can't do this pod unless you put on the shades. It's like,
I mean, I have them in the video too, so
there you go.
Makes sense, right?
Appreciate you coming, bro. I'm just gonna jump right into it.
Let's do it.
IRENE,
Yes.
out now.
Yes, it is.
On all platforms.
I know, man. I can't. Every day, I'm like, dang. This is
Talk to me a little bit about just the song in general, because that's why we hear it. That's why we did the video.
It's
so just
crazy,
that whole
bro.
process of how it went.
And it's really a testament to just how God works and like how His timing is different from your timing. Because I made that song like a while back. Talking like maybe like 2019.
You lying?
Yeah, I swear.
2019.
Yeah, and you know
Vanessa, he's been sitting on IRENE since 2019.
Yeah, I got some stuff I'm sitting on, but now, man. So I had made the song, and I always wanted to shoot a visual for it, but just never got to it. Things didn't really align. You know, I had some videographers I hit up, but it just never happened. And so, you know, I dropped the song finally, and Jesse had hit me up. He's like, "Yo,
I'm sorry. Before we get into that, talk about the song.
The song itself,
the song, the writing, the process about that.
Man, I have a weird writing process. I just kind of I make the beat first. I start mumbling, just whatever comes to me. I don't know why I started just singing the lyric IRENE, and then later looked it up, and it means peace. And it just came together because, you know, if you listen to the lyrics, really I'm just talking about my life, where I'm at, how I really am at peace. You know, I got my wife, you know, I'm surrounded by family, you know, got the fam coming home,
Yes,
you know
sir,
what I mean?
yes, sir.
So, yeah, it just really came together, and it just kind of, it fit before I realized it fit.
Was it finished in 2019, or were you kind of little by little up until now?
For the most part, the idea was there. Of course, you know, before I released it, I just mixed down some things, added maybe a couple ad-libs, and the harmonies you hear.
Is that you humming on the song?
Yeah.
Bro, the humming
everything,
goes
bro. The
crazy.
production,
The
the
humming is crazy.
harmonies, the humming, obviously the singing and whatnot. So
that's dope. That's dope. All right, and so when you released it, I heard it, and when I heard it, I was like, "This is fire!" Like that's it. Like there's no way around it. I was just like, "Yo, this is fire." I jammed to it, you know, for probably about a week before I even sent it to Jesse. I was like, "I'm finna send this to Jesse, you know, see what he thinks."
Yeah.
I sent it to him, and if you don't know, we call him Mr. Pushback over here at La Familia. He's Mr. Pushback, and he embraces it. He loves it. Right, Jesse?
What does that mean, though?
I mean, don't say yes the first time.
That means he's
hard to please.
Well, no, not hard to please, but he's just not gonna say it's fire because he knows you. Basically.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So like, if I send him something that I created, I'm like, yo, look at this that I created, and he'd be like, it's trash, or whatever. Like, he's not just gonna say, oh, dope, because I made it and I'm his friend.
Yeah, just make me feel good.
When I sent it to him, he had already known you.
Yeah.
But he was like, is this Aaron? I'm like, yeah, it's Aaron. I was like, this is a song. And, you know, it goes hard. It goes crazy. He was like, are you sure? I'm like, yeah, and if you don't like it, then you don't like it. Like, but just listen to it though. He texted me back literally like 5 minutes later, and he was like, yo, this goes hard, bro, for no reason. And I was like, bro, I told you. So anyways, that's literally where it ended. And then I guess fast forward up until he hit you up.
That's when he hit me up later on. Yeah.
Well, we talked about it, but then he was just like, I'm gonna hit him up and see if he wants to do something. I'm like, yeah, duh, like let's do it. So he hits you up, and then what kind of happened from there?
Bro, he hit me up. He's like, yo, I heard your song. I liked it. Let's do a visual for it. Just straight up. I was like, oh, snap. He's like, this is my idea. That's the thing about Jesse, bro. And I've talked to Vanessa about it. Is like, he's just like, boom, like guns blazing, like, let's get popping, bro. And I was like, let's do it. He sent me an example of, you know, like a visual he had seen, kind of similar, like an example of, you know, the mic hanging and whatnot. And he's like, let's do it. And that's really where the whole idea of just a collaboration came about, in terms of like, man, he was just like, just book the photo studio and let's do it.
We'll take care of the rest.
Yeah, we'll take care of the rest.
What y'all don't know is that the contract state, not fine. Our contract that we had. No, so the give, you know, something's got to give moment for us was we get to style you.
Yeah.
And so we put you in some La Familia, and we give you a video. All you got to do is book it. You know, so Tell me what you think about the fit that we put you in.
At first, I was like, "This ain't really my style, bro." But
I'm asking.
honestly,
it sounds goofy, but I'm asking because I know that like that's not you.
yeah, it wasn't me. But at the same time, the beautiful thing about it, and I think we all did this in a way, is like, okay, I made the song, and when I say a true collaboration started, was like, okay, I'm gonna remove myself and allow everyone to do their thing, bro. You styling me, Jesse shooting the video. You know, you weren't on. I wasn't on top of you about the whole fit. You know, I wasn't on top of Jesse about the whole video and the editing and stuff. It's like, that's y'all space, and let me just be humble. You know what I mean? For real, just be humble and just let y'all do y'all thing. You know, and
it was crazy.
It was weird at first, but shoot.
And I know. I
got
was
the J's out, so you know what I mean. I was like, okay.
I was like,
the chain on
this is
too,
not
so.
Aaron, bro. Like I just know it's not.
It was
Obviously,
weird
like
at
if you
first.
know him, it's just not, which is cool. But I'm like, but that's what was dope about the collaboration is that when you allow everyone room to do their part, you know what I'm saying? Like you said, like I'm not telling Jesse, nah, don't do this angle or don't do this light, because in the video we had different lights. For those who haven't seen it yet, but I'm like, hey. I tell Jesse all the time, like, he'll come up to me with an idea and I'll give an opinion if he asks for it. But for the most part, I'm like, bro, I trust you. You know what I'm saying? And so the same thing with you is like, you trusted me, I trusted you. You know, and so bro, like the collaboration couldn't have landed any smoothly.
Bro.
You know what I'm saying?
So
like any more smoothly, other than our first original studio that we booked.
Yes.
So talk about that, bro, because I know that was crazy.
Like, couple days after Jesse was like, let's do this thing, I was like, bet. You know, I sent him some studios I knew of. He sent me some studios. And ultimately,
Guns blazing.
Yeah, Guns blazing.
That day.
Yeah, a day later, you know, I booked an hour at this studio that Jesse had sent me. And, you know, everything was set, lined up. You know, you had your fit already ready. Jesse, stay ready. And so the day came, man, literally the day of the shoot. And I pull up to the early, you know what I mean? I was just ready, but I was excited, you know.
We got there and he just waiting at the door like this.
And I pull up and it just looks dead, bro. And there's a big for sale or for lease sign or something. And my stomach just sank, bro. And I was like, "What's going on?" I get
you
out
got there before us, so you called Jesse.
I had the ladder in the back of my truck and just.
Why'd you have a ladder in the back of your
loaded.
truck? Why'd you have a ladder?
You know, just in case we needed it to hang the mic, bro. You know, I just came fully equipped and.
Bro, like these are things that like a lot of people don't see because we talked about, you know, maybe there will be a way to hang the mic. But maybe there won't be.
You just gotta be.
So I was like, "Yo,
prepared.
bring the ladder. I could maybe bring one too." And he was like, "No, I got one." And so you know what I'm saying? Because for those who haven't seen the video, the mic is hanging from the ceiling or from somewhere.
Yeah.
And if that first studio, if everything had gone right and we went to the first studio, if they didn't have something to hang, I was literally gonna be on the ladder holding the mic.
Yes.
And so, but people don't see that. But it's just a little bit of what goes into like making these things happen.
Yeah.
So you had the ladder. Pull up for sale or for lease or whatever.
For something, and then I get out and look in the window. I'm like, bro, this thing's closed. Yeah, I hit the what? And there's this. It's weird, bro. There's this homeless guy in front of there, and he's like, man, I think they moved. They came about a week ago. And they were moving stuff out and whatnot, and I'm like, wow, bro.
And you're just sitting there like, why'd they let me book it then? Like,
yeah, why was I able to book? And then so I get back in the truck, and I told Vanessa, I'm like, yo, they're freaking closed. And I go back on the website, and then it says website not found.
But the day before, it was found.
Yeah, it was found, bro. I was on their Instagram, all hyped
everything,
up, bro. And so I immediately call Jesse, and I'm like, yo, this.
And you were crying. Like, talk about a little bit when you were crying about it. Like when you were crying on the phone on me when you were talking to me.
Well, I wasn't literally crying, bro.
No.
Inside, I was crying inside, bro. I was dying.
No, but because, bro, like it is kind of like it does hit you a little bit because like this is what we planned for.
Yeah.
And I pull up, like I paid. I pulled up. And you got a for-lease sign on the glass, bro.
Yeah, and so I called Jesse. I'm talking to him. I'm like, yo, this place is closed. And, man, he was just like, instead of instead of being like just well, let's shoot for next week or something, he was like on it, bro. Like, hey, well, I know this other place, this and that.
On my way.
On my way, bro. Yeah. And then same with my wife. I was like, hey, baby, like this place is closed. Like, what do we do? Trying to get her input and really let down at the same time. And you know, I think a lot about this. She could have been like, because I seen typical, you know, like she could have been like, oh, let's just go home, you know, I'm hungry, like this and that. But she was about it. She was well, you know, let's see what else there is. And she was looking up other studios too. And so Jesse was like, yo, I know this spot, Heights District.
Shout out Heights District.
Yes, and it's like not even 10 minutes from here. Let's like 5 minutes. Let's pull up. Let's just see, you know, if they're down to just let us book. And so I look at Vanessa and she's like, let's go. So yeah,
pulled up. We pulled up. I got there a couple minutes after y'all, and they're like, hey, we booked. We're here. You know, just come in or whatever. So I pulled up, and it was just, bro, it was crazy. And then, like you said, and Jesse had said it too, like it was just a blessing in disguise, because that studio, I think, it was just so perfect for what we were going for anyways. I think the first one, we would have made it work, obviously, but like the second studio we pulled up to, like the energy in the room, we had the big speaker, and I forgot the speaker, so that was on me too. I forgot the speaker. I don't know if Jesse told you, but I was supposed to bring the speaker and I forgot it. And he was like, you forgot the speaker, you stupid ass, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, bro, chill, bro. Like, I was in a rush, coming from work, and then, and so I was just like, I got a little one, but it ain't gonna be loud. Like, we can still do it, but it just ain't gonna be loud. But they had a speaker there, and it was bumping, and like, bro, filling up the whole room with the music, and it was just crazy. Like,
and the space was perfect, bro. Like, right when we got there, we looked at it, and we're like, bro, this is it. And what's crazy is if we could have easily just been defeated and let emotions take over and just been like, nah, like let's just regroup, and it's something that I seriously considered, you know, and it's just crazy,
is that how
it's crazy to think.
Is that how like maybe you usually would have handled it? Like just in general, like is that
probably,
kind of,
just to be honest, you know, I
like
could,
regroup.
In hindsight, I could be like, nah, bro, like I would have been, you know what I mean? But yeah, probably, you know, I was seriously considering it, and also I had to consider Vanessa too, and you know what she was feeling, thinking. But again, she, you know, we saw the space, and again, considering Vanessa, I was like, hey, baby, what do you think? Without even responding to me, she looks at the guy from the studio, and she's like, y'all take credit card? I was like, let's do it.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
And we ran it, bro.
Beautiful thing, bro. Just
and
came
then
together.
We get there, and I was going actually for a specific look on the denim, on those jeans that you were wearing, bro. I burned my hand like 5 times trying to create something, but it just didn't work. And I was like, you know what? We're just gonna have to scratch it. So even my original idea for as far as styling you didn't go to plan, because it just wasn't working. But it ended up working out as far as like time goes, because I was running super behind, and then when that first studio basically wasn't open or shut down, it basically let me get to the second one on time. But anyways, but it just ended up working out, man. And that whole day, that whole hour, and what's crazy is that, like, I even told Jesse, and I was like, should we record? I mean, should we book for 2 hours?
Yeah,
just to be safe. And he was like, nah, all I need is an hour. I'm like, bet, say less. And so it just goes back to like
that
good
whole, for me too. I didn't have to book too.
No, but like for real.
Yeah.
And so it just goes to show, like, trusting who you're working with, who's on your team, and trusting that, you know, you're not gonna, what's the saying, cold feet? You're not gonna get cold feet and get nervous or whatever, because you could have. I mean, there's no telling, you know. And then me bringing everything, making sure I had everything to go, and then just everyone there, like everyone there was on the same page. It was just insane. And so then we shoot the video, you know, everything goes good, and then maybe I think a day or 2 later, Jesse sends us like a little 30-second clip.
Yeah, on it, bro.
I think like a day later.
It was like the next day. Bro. Yeah.
It was the next day. He sends a 30-second clip, and so he was like, hey, you know, we're going to post this, and then we'll talk about how it's going to release this day and this time. And so it was just like, the rollout was dope. We posted it on Thursday, this past Thursday.
Yeah.
How has the response been for you?
Crazy, bro. everyone's been just reposting it, playing it, messaging me like, hey, like, send me the lyrics, like, I want to show people, like, it's just, man, I just feel so thankful, bro, and it couldn't have gone better, bro. Really.
It's like, what do you even? There's no pushback.
There's no pushback.
I know Jesse's dying inside because he can't. There's no room for pushback on this collaboration.
Bro.
The first time I push back.
He said it's the first time he don't push back, but that's good though. Like,
That's all God,
you know,
bro.
obviously you need feedback, obviously, and we're joking, but
Yeah,
it was all God. And like, I have a friend. This is what she loves to say. This, she was like, it was a divine connection.
Yes.
And it was all divine, and it was all connected, and we were all on the same page, and it just went amazing. We posted it. We got a lot of good, feedback on our end and how it went, and I even had, a few people reach out to me and said they wanted to do the same thing, and I was like, nah, your song ain't good enough. Like,
yeah.
so you gotta let them know. You gotta let them know.
But we did talk about how it could, start being a thing, like having other artists, like,
make it like a little series.
Yeah, a little series, La Familia Productions.
You never know.
And collaborate with Junior and just
It's crazy. Like,
make it a thing. Bro. Why
The
not?
thing for us is like there's no ceiling, and I think sometimes that's what's hard for people to grasp. Like, why do they keep doing this? And it's like, not because we want to put our hand in everything, because we also don't like to put our hand in every single thing, because we don't want to go halfway. We don't want to go 20% here, 20% here, 20% here. You know what I mean? Like, if we're going to be in multiple areas and multiple things, we want to be able to give everything we have to that.
Right. And y'all have, man, like, as far as La Familia, like, you were just talking about the coffee shop event and just all these events, and just really just taking action, taking initiative, and just making it happen, and just kind of doing your part and letting God do the rest, bro. And that takes faith, that takes ambition, and I'm just thankful again to
speak.
having the opportunity to work with you guys. Yeah,
for sure. Can you speak a little on what it means to you to make it happen? Like, what does that mean to you? Like, just make it happen.
Man, it's been a learning process for sure, because as far as like my music, I've always, since a young age, started making music, but it's been a journey for me in terms of like growing my faith and just really trusting God, and for me making it happen, bro, it's that faith. It's just faith, and not really having all the answers to everything, using what you already have, because that's the thing too. I used to just wishful thinking or kind of wait around till I had something or stuff like that. And it's like just realizing that I have everything, using what God's given me, and just taking that.
All you have is all you need.
Exactly.
All you have is all you need. And I think so. Like, whenever I say, what does it mean for you to make it happen, or what does it mean to make it happen? I don't mean like, oh, we're rushing into something. Like, what does it truly mean to make it happen? Are we going to sit around? Are we going to wait for opportunity? Or are we going to take action? Because ultimately, you got to do something. You got to move. You got to respond.
And the thing, too, is like, it's not going to come out perfect. Like, the whole studio closed and all that happened. It's like, it was a little bit... we stumbled a little bit, but it's like,
are you going to get back up?
Exactly.
Are you going to catch your balance?
Yeah, or are you going to just wait till like everything is perfect and everything's aligned, and I mean, it's just not going to happen.
It's never going to happen
ever, bro.
It's never going to
That's
happen.
something that I'm realizing and I'm learning, and I really saw it in reality in this collaboration. And
bro, it was just such a beautiful thing to watch, and I think the way we're going, with the collaborations and, collaborating with dope people such as yourself, and, even testing the waters with the whole La Familia production thing. I think it's a testament of like, there is potential for La Familia to not only be just a name, but just like a household name, a household like name of like,
I believe it.
Oh, they do things this way, or they do things really well, and it's just like for you to be able to create dope music and become a household name, to making dope, positive, lit music. Because, bro, like, the song goes crazy. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you haven't heard it, go listen to it. And if you haven't watched the video, go watch it. Like, it's crazy. And I'm not just saying that. Like,
It's on YouTube, right?
It's on YouTube.
La Familia.
On YouTube. We'll put the link in the bio or in the description.
Yeah.
It's in our bio, though, currently on IG.
Yeah,
so
for sure.
Go click that and go watch it. Go stream it.
Yeah.
The single is everywhere already. But, man, like, if you want to do something, like, you just got to do it. Just generally speaking, like, Jesse and I talk about this all the time. Like, we just talk about, we see people who reach out to us and ask us, how can we start this, or how can we do this, or how do you do this? I more so will tell them, this is where you got to go, this is where you got to start. Jesse's more like, bro, just do it. Like, just do it. Like, that's what
both things are right.
Both things are right, but me, I'll give you the whole breakdown. I'll give you the whole recipe.
manual,
All you got to do is cook it.
Yeah.
And they still won't cook it.
Still won't cook,
but you
bro.
can't instill that in someone, like that desire, that passion. Like, that's why I say you could lay the whole foundation, but if you're not building it, then I can't do nothing. I can't build it for you. You know what I mean?
Right.
And so, man, like, to people who say, man, y'all doing too much, you're not doing enough. That's what I would say. And so that's just how I feel. And so, but I say that to just motivate people, like, yo, like, if you have a passion, if you want to do something, just do it.
Right.
Like, do it with caution, do it with passion, do it with preparation. Like, I don't mean just.
And as long as you keep putting faith in what you're doing, bro, that's the ultimate motivation for people. It's like they're saying you have faith in God and in what you're doing, bro. And, they could either take it or not,
And exactly. And I think we talked about this a little bit the other day. Like, I think the thing that I'm learning right now is not necessarily what response or what response am I looking for from people to my art. Like, remember we were talking about that? Like, the art that we create, the art that Jesse creates or Zeke creates on the keys, like, in reality, like, yes, we want people to enjoy it. We want people to like it.
It's
but ultimately, like, it shouldn't be about the response of what someone else likes, because we don't even really know what they like. We could say,
and it's not you
we can assume,
everyone.
and they can tell us, but at the end of the day, if we put something out, they don't like it, and we did it for their validation, then we're stuck with something we don't like in the end anyways.
Yeah.
So you might as well do something that you enjoy and that you like. And I feel like we did that.
Yes,
we both
100%.
did that. We came together, and it was just dope, man. And so any closing thoughts, anything you want to say or plug, or single on the way?
Yeah, new single on the way. But in the meantime, go stream Irene on all platforms, Apple Music, Spotify, you name it. And then on the YouTube channel of La
Familia DTX on YouTube.
And much love. We appreciate you guys. Appreciate you, La Familia, and Junior, and just everyone.
It was crazy, bro. I appreciate you coming through for the pod and kind of.
Hey, till next one.
Till next one. Hey, coming real soon. Peace.